My dear brother and sisters, have you ever found yourself crying for hours and not understanding why? Well, you're not alone. Even I do this. I cried a lot. In next few minutes we are going to understand the exact reason for these crying sessions. Assalamu alaikum my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome back to Graceful Thought YouTube channel. It's me, your sister here, and today we are going to discuss about the crying sessions which we all are facing. Sometimes we cry a lot and without knowing any reason. We are sitting in a dark, avoiding everyone around us and crying for hours and hours and hours. Sometimes it happens twice a day, sometimes thrice a week, sometimes alternatively around a month. Because of these crying sessions, we feel overwhelmed and we are unable to do our daily routine tasks like bathing, changing clothes, combing your hairs, brushing your teeth. These all simple tasks feel so overwhelmed. We feel lost, we feel unfocused because of these crying sessions. Let's quickly know why this happened with us. And by the end of the video, I am going to share few simple steps to avoid these crying sessions. And I'm going to share my routine and how I make myself so productive that I stop crying. Not exactly stop, but I am working on it. I'm going to share my journey. So let's quickly get into it. My dear brothers and sisters, let me quickly introduce myself to you all. I'm a Muslimah, 27-year-old. I'm a teacher by profession, and if I look back to my early 20s, I was so much positive. I used to speak like so many positive thoughts. I create positive energy around my people. But when I entered in my 24, 25, like that age, I start, kind of low energy. I lost my worth. There are few reasons for this behavior change and for this kind of losing my worth, and I don't want to discuss it in more depth, but I want to share few of my life experiences, like how I lost my worth, then how I grow my worth by my own. So the thing is, when I entered in my late 20s, like I was 24, I exactly remember. At that time, a few of things happened in my life, like a relationship issues. Like I will discuss that things in later videos, but I want you all to know that I lost my worth. I was not believing in myself. I was so lost, and I was begging for people around me, like, please look at me, do me a favor, just take me out from this negative energy. I was so lost. So how this thing started, like first of all, I was studying my masters. I took admission in my masters. I was pursuing my masters. So what happened? Sometimes even my schedule was so busy. I used to work as a full-time teacher. Vice versa, I was dealing with my masters. So my schedule is so busy. I don't have time for thinking or for making things. Like I don't usually have time. But when it comes to night, when I do all my work, when I was trying to sleep, I usually start thinking about my future and my past thoughts hit me a lot at night time, and it destroyed my sleep. So my sleep cycle become so messed up. I don't have time to sleep because of those negative thoughts on my mind. I kept thinking about my past, like why this thing happened, what if I didn't react like that, what if, and why. These two things are just fighting in my brain. There was a war between my brain and my heart. My brain is saying just focus on the things around you currently, like focus on present, and my heart is saying kept in past. So what happened? The fight between my heart and my brain. As you all know, heart wins. So because of crying sessions, I used to cry a lot at night. I remember I used to think about my past again and again, again and again. Why it was happened to me? Why it is not happening to any of my siblings? Why it is not happening to any of my cousins? Why it is not happening to any of my friends? Why it is happening with me? Am I not worth for happiness? Am I being cursed by someone? Where I am? I was so negative at that time. Just I was cursing myself, like, why I am leaving, why I'm living this worthless life. I don't have any value. People never value me, people never understand my emotions, they never relate to my emotions. Not exactly people, but one person who destroy our mental health. So we start blaming for all. Because of that particular person, we start blaming the people around us. Maybe those people never judge us, those people never criticize us, but because of that one particular person, we start blaming others. The same thing was happened to me. I was start blaming for everyone. I was not talking to anyone. I used to cry a lot at night. I never share my emotions with anyone. I remember my mother asked me one time, "What is happening inside you? Just tell me. If I have solution, I will share it with you. If I don't have solution, then I will definitely make a solution for that problem. Just share with me." But my mind and my heart was kept saying, "Don't share any problem with her. She will not find any solution for you. She will just make fun of you." How? Like, look, my mind, this, like, my heart was not, my heart is making fake scenarios inside it. No, your mother will judge you. No, your father will judge you. Your siblings will judge you. Your friends will judge you if you share any problem with them. So I was, my circle becomes so smaller. What exactly? There is no circle. I was so alone. I'm going out for my work. I'm going out for writing exams, for attending classes. But I was so alone. I remember I have so many friends in my university while doing my masters, but at that time I stopped talking to them. They are texting me, and I stopped talking to them. I used to think like they are not my friends. They won't find any solution for my problem. I'm not going to share any problem with anyone. They were texting me, "What happened to you? Why you're not like why you're not talking to us? Is that something which we have done to you? Why you are so sad? Why you are not focusing on things around you?" Even at my workplace, I stopped talking to any of my colleagues. I used to do my work. I do, then I came back home. I do, then I came back home. No gatherings, no events, no family functions, nothing. I was sitting at my home whenever, like, weekends. On my weekends, I used to go with uh, my mother for, for visiting relatives and all. I stopped that too. Even on my weekends, I was in my room. I was so lost that I stopped craving for anything, like eating, just because I need that food. That's it. I remember I used to eat sweets a lot. Even my mother is cooking sweets. She used to serve me, and when she served, I said, "No, I don't want it." There is no craving inside my body. I don't want anything. Wishes and desires were just fade away. I was, I don't know, I was so lost. So one day I was crying a lot. I remember that night, I don't know how I am still alive. If I remember that night, I don't know. I still used to cry whenever I think about that night. That night was so miserable, and it was worst nightmare I have ever seen. I remember I put my alarm for morning, and I lay down on my bed, and I was supposed to sleep so that I can wake up and go to work and my university and all. But I remember something hit my mind and I start crying. I don't know why, but I was kept crying for hours. Now the time, it's 2 at night, 2 a.m. From 2 a.m. it's become 3. From 3 it's become 4. I was crying. I was crying. I was crying. I was so crying that my eyes get dry. If we cry a lot, our eyes become dry. We don't produce tears. So that thing happened to me. I was crying so much and I was cursing myself, why I born, who I am, why I'm not deserving anything, why I'm not getting anything in return. While on the other hand, I was getting everything in return. Allah Ta'ala is providing me everything. I was promoted in my work life, and I was a very good teacher. The school where I was working recognized me as one of the best teacher. Look, that thing happened. And even in my university, if I'm writing my exams and I'm getting 78%, 80% in my exams, these are the good things, and I'm not grateful for that. I was just crying because that particular person left me all alone. I'm not looking for the things which happen around me, the positive and the great things which happened to my life. I was not at all looking at them. I was just so lost why that person left me all alone. In fact, I was not alone. I was with my family. My parents are with me, my siblings are with me, my friends are with me, my colleagues are with me. Even, the greatest, the creator of all creations was with me, Allah Ta'ala. But still, I was cursing myself. I remember I wrote one suicide note. I wrote one suicide note, and today is the last night of my life. My mother, if you saw this note, please forgive me. And I, I asked Allah Ta'ala, please forgive me for ending my life like this. I wrote that note and I kept it aside. Then I took my phone to search uh, how to kill ourselves without any pain. I don't know. I searched that, and while searching, there was one number appear when we search something like that. So. Before clicking on that number, before doing anything, I just randomly opened my Instagram. I don't know why, but on that Instagram, I saw one video of Mufti Mang. Mufti Mang was talking about depression and sadness. I don't know. I just don't want to listen any kind of advice at that time. But still, anyhow, that click happened, and I start listening to that particular video. And in that video, Mufti Mang was telling about sadness and why we feel sad. And he was reciting one ayat from the Quran, and he was telling that if you are feeling sad, if you feel sad, like if you want to end everything, and if you are become so much depressed, just read this ayat. So I randomly read that ayat, then I feel little relaxed. After that, I saw at my clock, and it was tahajjud time. So I do my wudu, and I bring my prayer mat, and I start praying tahajjud. Only by praying 2 rakat, I feel very relaxed. After that, the thought of ending our life, like ending my life, vanish. I remember after making dua, I stand up and I burn that note which I wrote for my mother. I just tore it apart and burn it. Then I was sitting so silent in my entire room, dark, silent, and I was reciting salat one by one, one by one, one by one, things, and the stress part vanishing. After that, I remember I pray my Fajr namaz, then I go for my work, then I came back. I don't know, that day was so good. Even I didn't slept for a minute at night, but still the day was refreshing. Energy, my energy was so on peak. I was so positive. After that, I start thinking that why I am like this, why I am not grateful for the things which are with me. My reputation, Allah Ta'ala made me the best teacher of that school. People are praising me for my work. Even at my university, I was becoming a very good student. What if, what? I don't know. These things, I start feeling grateful. When I came back home after praying Asr and Maghrib, I start thinking like, I have many things to be grateful. Whatever it would be, okay, I lost one person whom I never imagined I am going to lose it. If I lost, nothing is going to happen if I lost someone. Okay, maybe Allah Ta'ala removed that person because he was bad for me. Like, he was bad for me. Maybe I was bad for him. Because of that, he removed. So, yeah, that was my story. Even today, after 2 to 3 years, I sometimes cry a lot. It happens. We are human beings. It is a human tendency to cry, but don't get so much sad that you stop feeling for anything. Don't get depressed. So whenever you feel, like I said in starting of the video, I'm going to share my story. Now I share my story, how I cope up with a loss. Look, if we lost money, if we lost ornaments, if we lost gold, if we lost property, it will we will get it back. But if we lost a person, we don't get it back. But for losing a person, we are destroying our worth. Is not worth it. Just keep your worth. It's okay if Allah removes someone from our life. It's okay. Maybe Allah Ta'ala will bring another him or her in your life, a better version of him and her in your life. So don't worry. Impossible is for us, remember. Possible is for Allah Ta'ala. Allah Ta'ala will make ways. Allah Ta'ala will definitely make and create so much of happiness inside your life, because Allah wants us to be happy. So this is my journey, and I want to share 3 steps for becoming happier version of yourself. Just do it and tell me in my comment section. The first thing is, always pray namaz, always pray salah on time. Never miss any namaz. Try to pray tahajjud. Even if it is 2 rakat, then try to pray at least 2 rakat for tahajjud. And do zikr as much as it is possible. Especially salat. It really helped me a lot. Even today, if I feel sad, I start reciting salat. Kept doing it. These are my 3 simple things which I want to share with you. Remember, if Allah removes someone from your life, definitely Allah Ta'ala will bring another him and her in your life. Don't destroy yourself for a person. Look, our life is dependent on us. Never depend yourself on others. Never give the key of happiness, like the key of your happiness, to someone else. I know this thing is very hard. We can't be happy if we lose a person. It's really a great feeling, but it cannot be permanent. Don't destroy yourself. Don't lose your worth by losing a person. Maybe Allah Ta'ala will bring another him and her in your life. These are the few things which I want to share with all my viewers. This is my story from becoming a very sad version to becoming a happy and a peaceful Muslimah. You can share your story, you can share your tips and tricks to become happier in life in the comment section. Please do a comment, like the video, share the video with your friends and family. Till then, Assalamu alaikum.